So moving on, I think this was raised earlier by Chen Wei. So responsible innovation, as we know, or as has been defined, is a little bit vague and a bit broad, essentially. But how do they overlap with other research areas? Because we can't just rename something that we do as responsible innovation if it really falls under any of these other areas. So how is it different between, what's the difference between responsible innovation and sustainable or social innovations? The first issue that we need to highlight is that responsible innovation actually encourages or focuses on negative outcome equally as the positive outcomes. Sustainable innovation and social innovation are looking for positive outcomes. And I'm not saying that they don't incur or they don't recognize negative outcomes, but responsible innovation does value that negative outcome because responsible innovation encourages ways to mitigate, if not at all, eliminate negative outcomes. Both responsible innovation and sustainable innovation and social innovation address what they call the grand challenges, and this terminology is very popular in Europe. But these grand challenges come from the UN sustainability issues, but they look at societal impact, environmental impact. But responsible innovation is not limited to those, to those issues. It wants the totality of these impacts without diminishing the role, the importance of societal and environmental impact. Another difference is that sustainable and social innovation appear to be outcome oriented, whereas responsible innovation actually is more of a governance emphasis. Responsible innovation has a governance emphasis. It's more concerned about what's happening in the process of innovation, right? Hoping that the process, addressing the process, for example, bringing in stakeholders, could actually result into a positive outcome or a non-negative outcome. Shenwei, did I address your question about social and sustainable innovation before I move on?
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Actually, if you talk about it from the framework perspective, it's very clear. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. All right. So I alluded to ethics earlier, and again, it's an ongoing debate. Responsible innovation does not advocate for using predetermined frameworks because they want to be open, and they don't want the discussion will not happen if we use an ethical mindset that may not resonate with other participants in that big table that we open for the discussion. Now, how is responsible innovation different from corporate social responsibility? This is a very difficult question, but there are a few researchers who are saying CSR is getting us there. It's very similar to responsible innovation, but they are suggesting that responsible innovation is going to replace CSR because it is a little bit broader. It does help the reputation. If responsible innovation, if companies engage in responsible innovation, it will help the reputation of the company. It's basically expanding what areas the CSR is doing right now, including, of course, the stakeholder discussion and your reaction to whatever information is provided by the stakeholder. And that addresses stakeholder participation. We are responsible innovations encouraging to look up broader or more groups, essentially, including, as mentioned, as Mino suggested, the having a voice for for the environment in the discussion. It's not just looking at targeted users, it's also looking at the general public, even those who may not be using the product. Now, there are two research areas that look at the individual level, and this is participatory design and care design. They're somewhat related. Care design just builds on participatory design by looking at having like an ethical ethical and a more an accessible type of design. How is responsible innovation involved in this, or different from this? It's that responsible innovation actually takes more than just the individual perspective and looks at the greater perspective.